conductions, we observe that metallic conduction and electrolytic conduction. Now in metallic conduction, the electricity is conducted by the flow of electrons, and the electricity which is conducted, there is no chemical change. It does not involve any transfer of the matter. Electrical conductance decreases with increasing temperature. The resistance of the metal is due to the vibration of kernels, and generally it is higher. While in case of electrolytic conductions, here the conductance is carried by the movement of ion. Here the electricity is conduct and undergo the chemical change because the ions are discharged at the electrode and the transfer of the matter takes place. The electrical conduction increases with increasing temperature, and the resistance of the solution of the electrolyte is due to the viscosity of the solvent and ionic attraction. The conductivity of the electrolytic solution is generally low. These are the differences between electrolytic and metallic conduction. So the factors which will affect the electrolytic conductance. These are the nature of electrolyte, nature of the solvent and its viscosity, size of the ion and their solution, concentration of the electrolyte and the temperature of the solution. These are the various factors which will affect the electrolytic conductance. Conductivity of the electrolytic solution is defined as the conductance of all the ions when the solution is placed between the two parallel electrodes having area cross section 1 cm square and the distance 1 cm. The conductivity may also be expressed as the conductance of 1 cm cube of the solution, or in terms of SI unit it is defined as the conductance of 1 meter cube of the solution. The conductivity generally decreases on dilution because the number of ion per centimeter cube of solution decreases. Now molar conductivity of the electrolytic solution. It is the conductivity power of all the ions produced by dissolving 1 mole of the electrolyte in V centimeter cube of solution, placing the solution between the two parallel platinum electrode 1 centimeter apart and large enough to contain between them the whole of the solution. It is represented by lambda m. Lambda m is equal to kappa into V. Kappa is known as conductivity and V is the volume of the solution having C centimeter cube of the solution. V is the volume of the solution in Cc containing 1 mole of the electrolyte. Now equivalent conductivity. Equivalent conductivity of the solution is conducting power of all the ions produced by dissolving 1 gram equivalent of the electrolyte in V centimeter cube of solution and placing the solution between two parallel platinum electrode 1 centimeter apart and large enough to contain between them the whole of the solution. It is represented by lambda Eq. Now lambda Eq is equal to kappa into V, or lambda Eq is equal to kappa into 1000 upon n, where n is the normality, where lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 upon m, where m is the molarity of the solution. Now if we observe the types of the electrolyte, we are having two types of the electrolyte. One is known as the strong electrolyte, other is known as the weak electrolyte. Strong electrolytes are those which are completely ionized on dilution, while weak electrolytes which are partially ionized on dilution. Now if we study the graph, what will be the effect over the molar conductivity over a strong and weak electrolyte on dilution? Now we see from this graph, in case of the strong electrolyte like KCl, as we increase the dilution, the molar conductivity increases. Now when the concentration is approaches to 0, then the curve will start to intercept at the point over the molar conductivity y-axis, and that point is known as lambda naught, which is known as limiting molar conductivity. Now this limiting molar conductivity is the conductivity of the electrolytic solution when its concentration is approaches to 0. Now by using this equation, Debye-Hackl-Sanger equation, lambda m is equal to lambda m infinity minus A under root C, where C is the concentration of the solution. Now A is the experimentally determined constant, experimental constant. Now lambda m is the molar conductivity concentration C, and lambda m naught is the limiting molar conductivity when the concentration is approaches to 0. Now in case of weak electrolyte, we know that for weak electrolyte, the lambda m naught for the weak electrolyte cannot be determined by extrapolating the curve at under root C is equal to 0, because the curve become parallel to the conductivity axis. It does not approaches to the limiting value. Moreover, at every very low concentration, the conductivity of the solution of the weak electrolyte is to be low and it cannot be measured accurately. Therefore, to determine the limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolyte, we are using the Coulage law. So by the help of the Coulage law, we are able to predict the molar conductivity of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution. But by graphical method, we are able to calculate very easily the limiting molar conductivity or the molar conductivity in infinite dilution for a strong electrolyte by graphically method. Coulage law. Now in the Coulage law, at infinite dilution, each ion make a definite contribution towards the molar conductivity of an electrolyte irrespective of the nature of other ion with which it is associated, and the value of the molar conductivity of the electrolyte at infinite dilution is given by the sum of the contribution of these ions. That is, lambda m infinity is equal to mu positive lambda positive infinity plus mu negative lambda infinity negative. Lambda positive infinity is the molar conductivity of the cation at infinite dilution, and lambda infinity negative is the molar conductivity of anion at infinite dilution. Now mu positive, mu negative are the number of cation and anion per formula unit of the electrolyte. For example, in the case of MgCl2, MgCl2 dissociate into Mg plus 2 Cl ion. Therefore, lambda m infinity is equal to 1 into lambda Mg plus 2 infinity plus 2 into lambda infinity Cl minus. This is the way by which we have to represent the Coulage law. Applications of the Coulage law. Coulage law of independent migration of the ion is used to determine number 1, the molar conductivity of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution, which is not determined by graphically method. Number 2, the degree of dissociation of the weak electrolyte and the dissociation constant, that is Kc. Number 3, the solubility of Springly soluble salt. That is, the first, it is used to determine the molar conductivity of weak electrolyte by using strong electrolytes. Suppose if we want to determine the molar conductivity of the weak electrolyte acetic acid at infinite dilution, so we have to select the certain strong electrolytes. On addition or subtraction of their molar conductivities of the different respective ions at infinite dilution, we are able to determine the molar conductivity of acetic acid at infinite dilution. For example, here we are taking the 3 electrolytes. First is ammonium hydroxide. The another method, which is the application of the Coulage law, is to calculate the dissociation constant of the weak electrolyte, that is Kc, that will be equal to C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha, and the degree of dissociation, that will be equal to lambda m upon lambda m infinity or lambda eq upon lambda naught eq. That is the equivalent conductance at a given concentration upon the equivalent conductance at infinite dilution, or molar conductance at a given concentration upon molar conductance at infinite dilution. By this we are able to calculate the degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation or ionization become 100%. Therefore, at infinite dilution, the low dilution or ionization is less than 100% and the equivalent conductance will become lower. In the similar way, we are able to calculate the solubility for the Springly soluble salt. Springly soluble salt, very small solubility. Their solubility is approx very less. The molarity is equal to 0. So the solution can be considered to be zero concentration or infinite dilution. Lambda m saturated will be equal to lambda m infinity, that will be equal to kappa into 1000 upon solubility, and here solubility is equal to kappa into 1000 upon lambda m naught, where lambda m naught is the molar conductivity at infinite dilution. Now putting these values, we are able to calculate the solubility for the springly soluble salt. Now at infinite dilution or zero concentration, when the dissociation is 100%, each ion make a definite contribution toward the molar conductivity of the electrolyte irrespective of the nature of the other ion. The interionic forces of the attraction is zero at infinite dilution. Therefore, we are able to calculate the mu positive and mu negative for NaCl, that is plus 1 and 1 in case of sodium and chloride both, while in aluminum sulfate it is mu positive is 2 and mu negative is 3. By this we are able to calculate the molar conductivity at infinite dilution for weak electrolyte or strong electrolytes.